Have you ever met someone and felt an instant, unexplainable bond, as if your souls were already intertwined? Or chased a spark that fizzled out, leaving you empty? What makes some relationships feel eternal, while others vanish quickly? In this video, we embark on a transformative journey to recognize a soul connection versus a fleeting attraction, guided by Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes. Over 10 parts, we'll uncover the psychological and spiritual roots of deep, meaningful relationships, helping you navigate love with clarity and purpose. Jung's anima animus archetypes represent the feminine and masculine energies within you, shaping how you connect with others. A soul connection rooted in these archetypes feels profound, as if it's guided by the collective unconscious, a shared psychic realm Jung believed links all humanity. Fleeting attractions, however, often stem from the shadow, your unconscious fears or desires, creating temporary thrills. Consider Sarah, who mistook intense chemistry for love, only to feel unfulfilled. Then she met someone who felt like home, a bond that grew stronger over time. Jung would call this an anima animus alignment. This journey will reveal signs, psychological insights, and practical steps to distinguish soul connections from fleeting attractions. Have you ever felt a pull towards someone that defies logic? That's your psyche speaking, guided by synchronicities, meaningful coincidences Jung linked to the collective unconscious. Through individuation, the process of becoming whole, you can recognize and nurture true connections. Stay with us to discover how these archetypes shape your relationships. What bond is calling your soul? Let's begin the journey now. Why do some people feel like a missing piece of your soul, while others only spark fleeting desire? Have you ever wondered what drives your deepest attractions? In this part, we'll decode Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes, the psychological forces behind soul connections and fleeting attractions rooted in the collective unconscious. Jung described the anima as the feminine energy in men, and the animus as the masculine energy in women, universal archetypes that shape how you relate. A soul connection occurs when your anima animus aligns with another's, creating a bond that feels transformative. Fleeting attractions often arise from the shadow, unconscious desires or insecurities, projecting needs onto others. For example, John chased intense romances, only to feel empty when the thrill faded. His shadow's need for validation drove these attractions, not his anima. A soul connection feels different. It's a sense of recognition, as if you've known the person forever. Jung's individuation process teaches that balancing your anima animus through self-awareness fosters these connections. When Sarah embraced her inner strength, she attracted a partner who mirrored her authenticity, a sign of animus harmony. The collective unconscious supports this, sending synchronicities like meeting someone at the perfect time to affirm true bonds. Recognizing the anima animus helps you see past illusions. Are you drawn to someone who reflects your fears or your true self? Jung's teachings offer clarity to choose relationships that align with your growth. Can you feel these energies in your connections? In the next part, we'll uncover the signs of a soul connection. Stay with us. What's stirring in your psyche? Have you ever met someone who feels like home, even on the first encounter? Or wondered why some relationships grow stronger while others fade? In this part, we'll explore the signs of a soul connection, using Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes to distinguish it from fleeting attractions rooted in the shadow. Jung taught that a soul connection, guided by the collective unconscious, feels like a deep resonance. One sign is mutual growth. Both people inspire each other to evolve. Sarah and her partner pushed each other to pursue their passions, a hallmark of anima animus alignment. Unlike fleeting attractions, which thrive on excitement but lack depth, soul connections deepen through shared purpose, rooted in authenticity. Another sign is effortless understanding. Do you feel seen and heard without explaining yourself? This reflects a balance of anima animus energies, as Jung described, where both parties connect on a soul level. Synchronicities, like meeting at a pivotal moment, also signal a soul connection. Jung believed these coincidences, guided by the collective unconscious, confirm you're on the right path. You may also notice a sense of calm, not chaos. Fleeting attractions often feel intense but unstable, driven by shadow projections. Soul connections bring peace, even amidst challenges, because they align with your true self. Jung's individuation process suggests these bonds reflect your inner growth. Are you seeing these signs in your relationships? In the next part, we'll explore the shadow's role in fleeting attractions. Stay with us. What connections feel like home to you? Why do some attractions pull you in, only to leave you feeling empty? Have you ever chased a spark that burned out quickly? In this part, we'll uncover how Carl Jung's shadow, the unconscious traits you suppress, fuels fleeting attractions, contrasting with the soul connections guided by anima, animus archetypes. Jung taught that the shadow holds hidden fears, desires, or insecurities, like shame or neediness, that shape your relationships. Fleeting attractions often arise when you project these shadow traits onto others, mistaking intensity for depth. For example, Emma was drawn to partners who seemed confident, only to realize they mirrored her unacknowledged need for validation. Jung's concept of projection explains why these attractions fade. They're rooted in unresolved shadow issues, not the collective unconscious. Unlike soul connections, which foster growth, fleeting attractions are unstable. They thrive on external thrills, like admiration or excitement, but collapse when the shadow's needs go unmet. Jung's individuation process teaches that recognizing your shadow is key to breaking this cycle. Emma began journaling about her attractions, noticing patterns tied to her fear of being unworthy. This awareness helped her seek authentic bonds. The collective unconscious can guide you here, sending synchronicities, like a timely conversation, that reveal your shadow's influence. By facing these traits, you stop projecting and start attracting soul connections. Jung believed this shift aligns you with your true self, fostering meaningful relationships. What shadow patterns do you see in your attractions? In the next part, we'll explore how to cultivate self-awareness for deeper connections. Stay with us. What's hiding in your shadow? How do you move beyond fleeting attractions to find soul connections? Have you ever paused to understand why you're drawn to certain people? In this part, we'll explore how cultivating self-awareness, inspired by Carl Jung's teachings, helps you recognize soul connections by balancing your anima animus and integrating your shadow. Jung's individuation process emphasizes knowing your inner world, your desires, fears, and projections. Self-awareness reveals why you're attracted to someone. For John, journaling about his romantic patterns showed he chased partners to fill a void of self-worth, a shadow-driven attraction. By facing this, he began seeking connections that aligned with his true self, guided by his animus. One practice is reflection. Spend 10 minutes daily asking, what draws me to this person? If it's excitement or validation, it may be your shadow. If it's mutual growth or peace, it's likely a soul connection, reflecting anima animus harmony. Jung believed this awareness connects you to the collective unconscious, where synchronicities guide you to authentic bonds. Another step is active imagination, a Jungian technique. Visualize your anima animus as a figure and ask what it seeks in relationships. This dialogue reveals shadow influences, helping you choose consciously. John imagined his animus as a wise guide, urging him to seek partners who inspire growth. Jung saw this as integrating the shadow, freeing your energy for soul connections. Self-awareness also means owning your projections. Notice when you idealize someone. They may reflect your shadow's needs. Jung's teachings suggest that clarity leads to relationships rooted in authenticity. Can you see your patterns clearly? In the next part, we'll explore the spiritual depth of soul connections. Stay with us. What truths are you uncovering? Have you ever felt a connection so deep it seemed to transcend this world? Or sensed a bond guided by something greater? In this part, we'll explore the spiritual depth of soul connections using Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes and collective unconscious to understand their profound meaning. Jung believed soul connections are more than psychological. They're spiritual, rooted in the collective unconscious, a shared realm of universal wisdom. When your anima animus aligns with another's, it creates a bond that feels destined, often marked by synchronicities. For Sarah, meeting her partner during a life-changing moment felt like fate. Jung would say this was the collective unconscious at work, guiding her toward a soul connection. One sign of spiritual depth is a shared sense of purpose. Soul connections often involve a mutual mission, like creating or healing, reflecting the hero archetype. These bonds feel timeless, as if your souls are linked across lifetimes. Jung's concept of synchronicity suggests that these connections are no accident. They're guided by universal forces, aligning you with your true self. Another sign is transformation. Soul connections challenge you to grow spiritually, balancing your anima animus. Sarah's partner inspired her to face her shadow's insecurities, deepening her self-awareness. Jung saw this as individuation, where relationships become a path to wholeness, connected to the collective unconscious's wisdom. These connections also bring peace, not chaos. Unlike fleeting attractions, which stir unrest, soul connections feel grounding, reflecting a spiritual alignment. Have you felt this depth in your relationships? In the next part, we'll explore practical steps to nurture soul connections. Stay with us. What spiritual bonds are calling you? How do you attract and nurture soul connections that last? What steps can you take to move beyond fleeting attractions? In this part, we'll explore practical strategies inspired by Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes to foster deep, meaningful relationships rooted in the collective unconscious. Jung's individuation process teaches that soul connections thrive when you're aligned with your true self. Start with self-reflection. Journal about what you seek in relationships. Ask, am I chasing validation or connection? For Emma, writing revealed her shadow's need for approval drove fleeting attractions. Recognizing this helped her focus on authentic bonds, guided by her anima. Another step is active imagination. Visualize your anima animus and ask what it needs in a partner. Jung believed this practice, rooted in the collective unconscious, clarifies your desires, helping you attract soul connections. Try it for 5 minutes daily. It can reveal insights that shift your choices. Practice authenticity in relationships. Share your true thoughts and feelings, even if it feels vulnerable. Jung's teachings suggest that authenticity balances your anima animus, drawing people who resonate with yourself. Emma began expressing her needs, attracting a partner who valued her authenticity. Synchronicities, like meeting supportive people, often follow, affirming your path. Finally, set boundaries. Saying no to draining relationships creates space for soul connections. Jung's concept of psychic energy teaches that protecting your energy fosters growth. Take one step today. Reflect, imagine, or set a boundary. What will you do to nurture true connection? In the next part, we'll explore how soul connections transform your life. Stay with us. What bonds are you ready to cultivate? Have you noticed your life changing when you connect deeply with someone? Or felt more aligned with your purpose through a meaningful bond? In this part, we'll explore how soul connections, guided by Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes, transform your life, fostering personal growth and emotional balance. Jung taught that soul connections, rooted in the collective unconscious, are catalysts for individuation, the journey to wholeness. These bonds challenge you to face your shadow and balance your anima animus, leading to profound growth. For John, his soul connection with a partner inspired him to pursue his passion for music, overcoming his shadow's fear of failure. Jung would say this reflects the hero archetype, activated through connection. One transformative effect is increased self-awareness. Soul connections mirror your true self, revealing strengths and weaknesses. John's partner encouraged him to confront his insecurities, deepening his understanding of himself. Jung believed these relationships, guided by synchronicities, align you with the collective unconscious, fostering clarity and purpose. Another effect is emotional balance. Unlike fleeting attractions, which stir chaos, soul connections bring stability. They encourage you to integrate your shadow, reducing reactivity and fostering peace. Jung's anima animus suggests these bonds balance your inner energies, creating harmony in your life and relationships. Soul connections also inspire purpose. They often align with your life's mission, reflecting archetypes like the wise old man. John felt his connection gave him direction, as if the universe was guiding him. Have you felt transformed by a connection? In the next part, we'll explore the spiritual significance of these bonds. Stay with us. How are your connections shaping you? What if your deepest relationships are more than chance? They're spiritual bridges to your soul. Have you ever felt a bond that seems guided by the universe? In this part, we'll explore the spiritual significance of soul connections using Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes and collective unconscious to uncover their profound meaning. Jung believed soul connections are spiritual events rooted in the collective unconscious, where universal archetypes guide your path. When your anima animus aligns with another's, it feels like a cosmic meeting, often marked by synchronicities, like meeting someone at a pivotal moment. For Sarah, her soul connection felt destined, as if the universe orchestrated it. Jung would call this the collective unconscious at work, aligning souls for growth. One spiritual sign is a sense of transcendence. Soul connections lift you beyond ego, connecting you to something greater. Jung's concept of the self, the divine core of your psyche, suggests these bonds reflect your wholeness, fostering spiritual awakening. Sarah felt a deeper connection to life through her partner, as if their bond was part of a larger purpose. Another sign is shared transformation. Soul connections often involve mutual healing, reflecting archetypes like the healer. They challenge you to face your shadow, aligning you with the collective unconscious's wisdom. Synchronicities, like dreams or symbols, reinforce this, guiding both partners toward growth. Jung saw these bonds as sacred, linking you to universal truths. These connections ripple outward, inspiring others. Jung believed an individuated person uplifts those around them. Your soul connections become beacons of authenticity. What spiritual depth do you feel in your bonds? In the next part, we'll conclude with inspiration to live this truth. Stay with us. What cosmic connections await you? You've explored the signs, psychology, and spirituality of soul connections. Now, how do you live this truth every day? What does it mean to nurture bonds that align with your soul? In this final part, inspired by Carl Jung's anima animus archetypes, we'll inspire you to cultivate soul connections that transform your life with purpose and love. Jung's individuation process teaches that soul connections thrive when you're aligned with your true self. By integrating your shadow and balancing your anima animus, you attract relationships that reflect your authenticity. For Emma, facing her shadow's neediness led to a soul connection that inspired her to write poetry. Jung would say she's living from the self, guided by the collective unconscious. Start each day with intention. Ask, how can I connect authentically today? Journal about a relationship. What draws you to this person? If it's growth or peace, nurture it. If it's validation, explore your shadow. Jung believed these reflections invite synchronicities, like meeting the right people, affirming your path. Practice vulnerability. Share your true self, even if it feels risky. Jung's anima animus suggests that authenticity fosters soul connections, balancing your inner energies. Set boundaries to protect these bonds, saying no to draining relationships. Emma did this and found her connection deepened, reflecting her growth. Finally, take action. Reach out to someone who inspires you, pursue a shared passion, or forgive a past hurt. Jung saw soul connections as sacred, uplifting the collective unconscious. Your bonds can change the world. What step will you take to live this truth? Thank you for joining us. Start now and watch your connections bloom.